this. Okay, so the conference table, that is an epicenter of your team creativity, your sleek cabinet, and the best workstations. And yes, a sofa that claims your body turns of drudgeries. Visit the Graceful Venture showroom at number 2 Johnny O Street, Kissiman, Accra. It's directly opposite Kissiman Park, or call 0501 672 777 776 or 0501 672 777. And finally, if you know what wealth means to you and you want to be like a tycoon, that's what you have to do. Remember, who's got the mullah got the power. So Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adum TV at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on our website www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play, easy to win. Charlie, make we play some game and make some moolah. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and not for persons under 18. So play responsibly. Right, Aisha, I'll come to you now. Over the past weeks,
Alan Chairman Ting and Kennedy Agyapong have said a lot concerning the MPP presidential primaries. But I would say it didn't start in recent times. Over the years, over the months, we've seen how their internal politics have unraveled. You remember Alan during the Asen North elections. You remember how he was humiliated when he mounted a podium to give his speech. You remember how he was humiliated. Those times, the system had already planned on how to humiliate him and get their favorite candidate through. We all saw it. He mounted a podium. It was announced that Bawumia was coming. And even before he would end his speech, the presence of Bawumia has been announced and everybody had lost concentration and it was about Bawumia. So it has been a deliberate attempt to frustrate Alan out of these presidential elections. So I'm not surprised that eventually he had to resign and quit MPP. I'm not surprised. And Kennedy Agyapong has confirmed that yes, Alan hasn't been strong enough to withstand the intimidation that has been meted out to him in the party. And he said that in 2007, he contested, and afterwards, what happened? His supporters and himself were intimidated. They were virtually treated like outcasts. For him, because of the major role he played in getting Nanado to becoming the flag bearer, obviously, he would be put somewhere so that it will not be too obvious that he's being worked against. However, his supporters, those who really didn't matter in the party, they have told us they faced intimidation. If we didn't see at all, we saw some on social media, how the attacks went, the insults, back and forth. It got very heated. Alan Nanado contest, even after, it got very heated. But you see, Kennedy is also out talking. In fact, he's talking very tough. You know why Kennedy is talking tough? It's because he knows the kind of system that is operating currently. Kennedy understands them better. Kennedy, in all the wrongdoings, has been with them. So now he's very fiercely fighting against the intimidation because he knows what the system can do. He's been part of it. They've used him to work against others. So he knows what the system can do.
When you say they've used him to work against, how do you mean?
Yes. In the past, Kennedy has been caught on tape saying that even his intimidation to journalists and Nasarim Yao and co. is fully being supported by the president. You saw that video?
No.
I have it. I can send it to you if you want to see it. He said even his intimidation to journalists and how he's handling them is being supported by the president. This shows that he is working hand in hand with big wigs in the party to suppress the freedom of others, to intimidate others. So if such a person comes out to tell you that he is being intimidated, he is being threatened, then he should tell you that he understands what he's saying. He knows the system. Kennedy Agyapong went ahead to say that they don't like him because they said he's unpredictable. And this gives credence to the Agyapong book. The Agyapong book, the MPP has so much denied its contents.
What book is that?
There is a document called the Agyapong book. Maybe I can send it to you. I have a soft copy. And I know a lot of people have it.
Who is the author?
The author, I'm yet to get the author, but everything in that Agyapong book has come out to play. Everything. I'm surprised how they denied it because I'm not sure anybody in this world can read the minds of people to know exactly what they will be doing when they come to power.
In the future.
In the future.
That's what
if you get hold of the Agyapong book, just go into it chapter by chapter, page by page, and you know that everything in that book has come to play out in our faces like a video. Everything. In the Agyapong book, it stated clearly where it addressed Ken. It stated clearly that Kennedy Agyapong cannot be predicted. And Kennedy, over the weekend, said that the system is working against him because they said he cannot be predicted. This is clear credence to the Agyapong documents. Clear credence. The Agyapong document again, page 2, has addressed how it is going to get Bawumia to become the next candidate after Nana Akufo-Addo. What they call the Ofori-Penny project. Is that also mere coincidence? Are we saying that is also mere coincidence? A well-orchestrated plan has been put together to run the system, even how to run the economy aground is in that document. So everything that is happening today is not by mere coincidence. It's not by mere chance. Everything has been well orchestrated and it's being executed.
So are you saying that the government is using that book to run, or that document to run the country as
get a hold of that book.
As it is now?
Go through the book page after page.
What's the authentication of that book? That's why I asked who wrote it. Has anybody claimed ownership of that book?
As for the ownership, you don't expect such a confidential document. It has been inscribed on the document restricted.
Okay.
So somebody who may be loving the system
leaked it.
Leaked it, obviously. Somebody who chanced on the document and saw the harm they wanted to cause this country, or harm they are trying to cause to this country, leaked the document. And I'm telling you, everything, how they intended using a journalist of this particular station, it's all in it. And we all know what he's currently doing to help the system. Look, everything in the document has come out to play.
But what you're saying is quite alarming.
Yeah, it is.
It is. If you say that the documents, well, we cannot authenticate it. But
of
what
course,
you're saying,
the owners of the document have come out to deny it. But it's up to you and I to be able to tell that, yes, indeed, this document is coming from them. Because if you have outlined how you are going to run this economy through the preparation of a document, and we go through the document, and what you have done so far, everything is in the document. And what you are continuing to do is in the document. Do you expect us to believe that it's a mere coincidence? It's not just 1 page, it's not just 2 pages. So many pages. How they intended to even collapse the financial sectors so that they can wield that financial power and strength. The Forthcoming family can wield that financial strength. Everything is in the document. Are we saying it's just a mere coincidence? Annie, that's just by the way. You see, today Kennedy Agyapong is all out talking, and they are all over advising that it's an internal contest, so he should be measured in the kind of words he's used and how he's exposing the system, because it will be used against them in future. I've sat here in the studio and said that you can't rear a monster and expect that monster not to chew you when it finally grows into a vampire. No. That monster will definitely come at you. It would come for you. How many times hasn't Kennedy Agyapong insulted former President John Dramani Mahama? The plain insults. Insulted well-meaning Ghanaians. Called them names that we can't even sit here and repeat saying. How many times? Who in the MPP condemned it? In fact, there were times he made serious comments that the MPP hailed him so much that they had to even liken him to Jesus Christ. They said he was Junior Jesus. Yes, when he asked that Ewes and she didn't repeat it exactly. Look, they likened him to Jesus the day he was held before court. They held placards that he is Junior Jesus. Today, Junior Jesus is talking. Junior Jesus is pointing out the things he's been part of.
Junior Jesus was rather likened to Rollins.
No, but in their case, they likened Junior Jesus to Kennedy Agyapong. Junior Jesus was likened to Rollins because of the kind of project and kind of things he tried doing to see this economy progress. In Kennedy Agyapong's case, Junior Jesus was likened to him because he was all over insulting, he was all over issuing threats and making reasonable comments. And that is the kind of person they have read. So I'm surprised that today they are all over asking for calm. No, the Kennedy Agyapong I know will not keep calm. Because he has threatened them that he knows a lot of their secrets. If they dare him, he will come out and expose it. That's why they can't even go the line they go with Alan. They can't go on that same line with Kennedy Agyapong. They can't go on that same line with Kennedy Agyapong. That's why he's bold enough to ask Baumia what kind of strategist he is. That's why he's so bold to attack him and call him names. Kennedy Agyapong over the weekend, do you know what he said? He said this particular MPP government have looted the state and they continue to loot like there is no tomorrow. Had this come from the NDC?
Let me ask my producer. Do you have that Kennedy Agyapong? I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, but do you have that video, Kennedy Agyapong? Can we have that one? I think one that he was wearing some yellow shirt or something like that.
Honey, can I continue?
Gentle. Why? Who really is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? Why? Who really got your government? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Not more intimidating and comfortable. I will put my life on the line and defend.
Currencies depreciate when the fundamentals are wrong.
Right.
And the mismanagement of this economy in terms of the fundamentals is what was driving the depreciation of the currency. You can't be running double-digit deficits, double-digit current account and fiscal deficits, borrowing to this extent, financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency to be stable. The fundamental
is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? Why? Who really got your government? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Not more intimidating and comfortable. I will put my life on the line and defend.
That's a video?
That's it. So there we have it. Had this come from the NDC, the MPP would have been all over, shouting, "Oh, propaganda. Yes, you are saying this because you fear Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You want President John Dramani Mahama to take over from Nanado. That's why you are saying what you are saying." This is coming from an insider, not just anybody, but the Kennedy Agyapong. We all know that they hail and told us that he's a very truthful person. Why should we deny? Hey, why should we doubt? If this is coming from the very person they labeled very truthful, why should we be in doubt? You see, this whole Alan Kennedy Agyapong thing, yes, they are saying the system is aiding Alan. Bawumia, they are not saying this in vague. Because we all saw what went on the 26th of August this year. How Alan's supporters, in fact, let me single out the Northeast agent who was beaten up to pop. He was beaten to pop and had the eye wounded. What was the reason? He wanted to encourage secrecy of voting. Secret voting. Because people who had voted were showing their votes. If this is not because they were being intimidated, what could be the reason? Why somebody will go and cast his vote and have to prove that I casted my vote for you? If it's not intimidation, what could be the reason why out of the 24 people that voted in that particular region, Northeast region, why would out of the 24 people, except the regional chairman, all others show their votes? What could have triggered that? It's obvious that the people have been intimidated, and Kennedy Agyapong has again confirmed it over the weekend. That electoral area coordinators, electoral area ward coordinators, and party polling agents were threatened. They were threatened with their jobs. That
is there a reason why a person like Kennedy Agyapong making such wild accusations and comments has not been invited by the police already? Because remember, he's made comments about accusing Dr. Bawumia and the MPP knowing who was responsible for Ahmed Swale's murder.
He did.
He's now mentioned things of the MPP is looting money and taking it abroad. That's a very serious allegation.
Very serious allegation.
A person, and he's an MP, should be invited for questioning. I mean, maybe you who have been in government, how does it work?
Well, Annie,
it doesn't depend on who is talking.
And exactly. Annie, maybe you've not really studied how this government has gone by doing things in the past. There are certain people in their party that they can't touch. And one of those people is Kennedy Agyapong. When he threatened to give Alan Bawumia and Nanado a showdown, what happened?
They invited him.
Yeah. What has become of that invitation?
Oh,
what has come out of it?
But the committee, they spoke. I mean,
they spoke, and what has come out of it? Have you seen any punishment?
How do you expect them to punish him over showdown? I'll give you showdown. Does that also require punishment?
Of course.
No, no.
Look.
Showdown is just an everyday language.
Look. He called the president out, called the vice president out. These are no mean people in the party. That Bawumia, and he alleged that Bawumia and Nanado were those who were behind the intimidation. He mentioned it. And this is a dent on the president's image. Because this is a president that we have been alleging over the years that has sat down aloof, watch for 8 people to be killed in an election. And if an insider comes out to tell us that this very president and his vice are behind the intimidation that is going on, and therefore he's going to give them a showdown, is it not a serious allegation that should be taken very seriously? Is it not a serious allegation? But what has happened to Kennedy Agyapong? I sat here in your studio and told you that he will be pat at the back. Nobody can do anything to Kennedy Agyapong. And here we are. Here we are, 1 month down the line. What has happened to him? Nothing. Nobody has been able to call him to. In fact, I doubt even if he sat in the committee, the so-called committee, nobody has been able to punish him. Nobody has come out to tell us how they dealt with the issue. And he's still going about, throwing more jabs. That should tell you that nothing happened and he believes nothing will happen to him. I'm telling you, he has helped the system to come this far. And nobody can do anything to him. You see, Nana Akufo-Addo, you played a tape, a video. Nana Akufo-Addo, in 2007, when Alan conceded and said, I'm going to throw my weight behind you, and that for unity's sake, I won't go into a runoff with you. What was Nana Akufo-Addo's thank you message? He said that you have given me a run for my money, and I am going to make sure that I do everything possible within my power to also support you when the time comes so that you can take over from me. What happened? Today, we are being told by people inside the NPP that the whole presidency is against Alan Kyerematen. Alan Kyerematen himself has come out to say it. Kennedy Agyapong has confirmed same. Fremont Parry, the chief of staff, has been alleged to monetize the system, giving out huge sums of money to people purported to be coming from, giving huge sums of money to delegates to support the Bawumia bid.
Those are all allegations.
They are all allegations. But you see, allegations, if these allegations are coming from the NDC, then you can trivialize them. But these allegations are coming from insiders. These allegations are coming from insiders. They are saying the presidency is working against Alan Kyerematen. And like I said, it's justifiable. Alan Kyerematen will say a drew me so based on the promise that Nanado has given him. If you promise me that because I've thrown in the towel and supporting you, I'll come and obviously you know say it is your turn. And the man hasn't been given that fair treatment he deserves because there hasn't been any room created for him for a fair contest.
Land so that you
see,
give me.
Annie, you gave my co-panelists enough time to say all she wanted to say. So I would beg you to give me enough time. You see, when you are going into an election, that requires that DCs would have to vote, MPs would have to vote, regional chairmen would have to vote. All these people are people appointed by the system. And we are being told that there is intimidation to get them to vote for a particular candidate. Then obviously, they will vote and show their votes. Because they want to protect their jobs. They want to be accepted. They don't want to be vilified. They don't want to be demonized in the party. So they will definitely vote and show their votes. And this is the kind of orchestration that has gone on in the past and is still going on, as Kennedy Agyapong is telling all of us. Today, we are here, and Alan is now being made to look like, okay, he's just being petty, and nothing really happened, and he's just, you know, a sore loser. So he's opting out so that, you know, he doesn't get disgraced in the end. That is what we are all being made to believe. And we all saw what have gone on in the past. We all saw what have gone on in the past. A lot have gone on. I stated as Sinoff as one of the examples. Beating of his agents. If 24 people, only 24 people have to vote, and you can beat one person to the extent of wounding his eye, then that's a serious issue. Look, there are scaffolds in primaries. Usually, what I know is when there are presidential primaries or even national executive elections, supporters of the various candidates do engage in those scaffolds and verbal abuse. I don't know presidential candidates, aspirants, also get into serious exchange of words and serious, you know, they throw jabs at their colleagues. Until this MPP government, this particular regime, I didn't know that a presidential aspirant in the MPP primaries can stand on podium and throw serious jabs and make serious allegations. In the past, we have seen the NDC primaries. We have seen how John Mahama has gone about his campaign, how he has stated the things he would do and why the people should accept him. Yes, there may be one or two hitches somewhere, which is fair because it's a human institution. Such things are bound to happen. But to the extent, look, we also decentralized our elections, you know we decentralized ours. Did you hear a single incident of somebody being beaten to pulp because he didn't support a particular candidate? Did you hear that? Across the 265 or 75 constituencies, did you hear?
This is your sign language. If someone's watching the TV and the volume is down, the person will think that you're asking, Annie, are you okay?
I'm helping the deaf and dumb to also understand. Annie, the over 75 constituencies, did you hear any incident of violence in any of our constituencies? None. The issues ended at, I don't agree, I agree, I won't accept, I accept. And that was it. No intimidation, no violence whatsoever. And we ended our primaries so peacefully. This is what every democratic government should champion. Under this dispensation.
Okay,
however, we have seen the opposite of what a democratic government should be under MPP. We have seen intimidation, we have seen violence, and let me land. We have seen violence, we have seen all the things we shouldn't see.
You haven't even said anything about your demo that's coming off when?
But you have not raised that issue.
But you said I should give you time, so I'm giving you the time.
Yes, so Annie,
it's done.
Annie,
but Helga says that Annie, the question you asked must be directed at Laracto. She in government and she's in government, and her government should be alarmed by these accusations, unless, of course, there's some smoke somewhere. The Untouchables 2023, a movie by the MPP starring Kennedy Agyapong, DMB. This also says, Princess, and the MPP members who are saying that Alan carries no weight, and for that matter, his resignation will not cost the party in 2024 elections. I say Ayuko to them. The future is pregnant, you say. This says, sorry, I pressed something else. So NDC has soon forgotten how they sabotaged the crippled Dr. Dufo in their presidential elections. Aisha is saying that in the NDC elections, there were one or two hitches is normal. but she thinks that if it happened in the NPP, it's not normal. Inconsistencies, Dr. Baumia. Master Planner Junior Kintampo sends that in. Kojo Triddle says that, good morning, Annie. The NPP as a political party has no vision for Ghana. And do you remember pastors were assembled to pray for Akonsombo Dam when Ghanaians were experiencing doomsday under the NPP-led John Kufuor administration? John Dramani Mahama took up the challenge and fixed the doomsday once and for all. Do you also remember that the NPP promised Ghanaians that all chop bars will be turned into restaurants? As for NPP, never again, you say. And he goes on, this one says that, good morning, Annie. The NPP is in disarray. Kennedy Agyapong is all over the place, spilling serious allegations against the party because he knows that the system will manipulate in favor of Baumia. So Kennedy Agyapong will come out with all what he knows about the NPP. And this is a sad situation for them. I wish them well. From Alhaji Haruna sent that in. Some of you are sending me the Ejapa documents. I said I haven't read. I won't read. Stop sending it to me.
Annie, you have to read. You can't say
I
you
will not
haven't
read.
Please read.
Stop sending to me. All right?
Your co-journalists are all over reading. And so they are confirming.
I will not read. Aisha, I won't read it.
Please read.
I haven't read it and I won't read it.
Everything in there has played out.
This too shall pass. Hopefully, after the November Congress, all issues will be resolved and NPP will be more united. Kwesi Renaud from Aguna sent that in. Good morning, Annie. Reading the Japadia documents is a true reflection of events happening in the country. The acts of state capture, collapsing financial institutions, controlling Ghana's minerals resources have all been captured in the above mentioned. David Edu, Tema West Constituency, sends it in. Good morning, Annie. The issue of state capture and the party capture by Achim Mafia is already well documented. It has been an Akufo-Addo campaign slogan in the party primary since 2007. Muni mifritite. For most of us, that is the same Alan's Edrumeso. So at the time, because it was no party capture in place, the party responded to the Muni mifritite slogan and endorsed him. In this party capture, which dismantled Alan's Edrumeso mantra. Just as the state capture has become a problem for Ghana, so has the party become a problem for the party. Good morning, Annie. You didn't add your name to your message, but Musa Batwa says that Annie Laratu is running away from the fact that they are not being fair to Alan Chemating. It's a.
Just joking.
Okay. So what's happening in NPP is historical roots. We don't care about who will lead the 2024 elections, but we're also absolutely concerned about the accusations and the counter-accusations among themselves, which has serious implications on ordinary Ghanaians. The corruption allegations and tantrums thrown at each other is actually making the showdown interesting. You say, I have always insisted that the idea of super delegates conference is a bad one. Majority of the delegates were government appointees and MPs, most of them likely to protect their jobs by voting for the establishment candidate. There is therefore the delegates list is skewed in favor of the vice presidents. And the generality of the delegates may vote differently. At the super delegate stage, their choice may have been eliminated. And when will the police arrest and prosecute those who assaulted Alan's agents during the super delegates conference? And I think that even if Alan is out of the party, whoever carried out the barbaric act must be punished. Moses Gbawe sent that in. So hi Annie, continuously they say this MPP government is corrupt, looting the nation to satisfy their own selfish interests to the detriment of majority suffering Ghanaians. Ken Agyapong has just confirmed it. Can this be linked to Cecilia Dapa's over millions of dollars found in the bedroom? You're asking. Okay. And Kobe Bruce is watching from US. Kobe from Germany. Kobe, thank you. And good morning to you. And so join us tomorrow as we embark on the historic Occupy Ghana protest to the painful hardship inflicted on the nation by BOG and the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. The time is 7 a.m. prompt. We shall start from the Circle Obra Sport, Accra at 7 a.m. prompt and end at the front page of the Bank of Ghana head office. Don't miss it. And that is from the communications director, no, communications officer, national communications officer of the NDC, Sami Jemfi. Aisha, that is the demonstration that you have. Is it organized by only NDC or some parties are part of it? We have
the other opposition parties, the PNC, Arise Ghana, so it's not just the NDC.
Okay.
Because what is currently going on in our economy doesn't affect only the NDC. In fact, I know there are some NPP people, even we are inviting supporters of Alan Shermanton, who have been bold enough to come out to tell everybody that, look, the economy has been run aground, and we are in support of your demonstration, and we are going to join you. We've invited them, and they are willing to join us. So this demonstration...
So Listo Nanapoku, Listo Nanapoku is an NPP activist.
Okay.
He's also part of that demonstration.
Okay.
To remove the Bank of Ghana governor.
Governor, of course.
Listo.
Yes.
Okay.
There's also part. So it's not just about the NDC. Okay. All well-meaning Ghanaians who think this government or the Bank of Ghana in cahoots with the government have caused the state to be where it is, are all going to join in the demonstration.
Okay.
Annie,
our time is up so quickly.
Baunia, Ken of Oriata, and Governor Addison have together messed up this economy so bad that when we want to even start, we won't know where to start from, and we won't even know where to end. Annie, they don't even have a clue on how to run the economy. You give them advice, and they tell you, you are asking them to review it, meaning you want them to cancel what they are doing, whatever policies they are putting in place. It's sad. It's sad, Annie. You see, we complain and they blame everything on Russian-Ukraine war. When we complain of how they've been able to print monies up to the tune of $80 million, they blame it on the Russian-Ukraine war. How is that a Russian-Ukraine war issue? How is that a COVID issue? You have printed $80 billion just for this government to spend with nothing to show. And because nobody is asking a question, when the issue of hyperinflation comes up, you quickly blame it on Russian-Ukraine war and COVID. Meanwhile, we all know how these monies in the system have led to increase in prices of goods and services. Too much money chasing fewer goods to the extent that prices of goods and services have skyrocketed. The poor is now moved a step lower. 850,000 people have been moved down to extreme poverty. And these are the reasons why we are hitting the streets. And look, the Bank of Ghana made $60 billion loss. Annie, $6 million loss. That's 60 billion Ghana cedis. $6 billion. 2 times of what we are chasing IMF for. 2 times. And we wake up and Bank of Ghana is telling us that it is using $250 million to build a new Bank of Ghana office. Honey, when we have the Ridge Hospital Phase 2 still awaiting to be started, when we have Agenda 111 all over, just yesterday the president is telling us that the Agenda 111, about 89 of the Agenda 111 is about 52% completed. About 89 on the average. That's what the president is telling us. Meanwhile, this $250 million could have built 13 Agenda 111 fully completed and finished. This $250 million could have built 13 of them fully completed and finished. And you go and get a land right opposite the very Ridge Hospital that is awaiting a Phase 2 to build a $250 million worth Bank of Ghana head office. This is insulting to our intelligence. As if that is not enough. They are telling us they used $2 million to buy wristwatches, quoting outrageous amounts of money and how they use them. Annie, this demonstration is worth it. And I'm surprised that nobody is calling the Bank of Ghana government to order except the minority and those of us who feel that nobody in government. Because
so this is
in
about
cahoots with the Bank of Ghana governor.
This is about the 60 billion loss and other issues.
Yes.
Money printing and expenses.
Yeah.
Recklessness of the Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
So
let me
let me land. The unfortunate aspect and the more reason why we are even embarking on this demonstration is that this government, the Bank of Ghana governor, has decided to write off 52% of the debts without parliamentary approval, and that is criminal. And it is amazing that this government is very okay with it. They have been in bed with the Bank of Ghana governor to do this to the poor country and turn around and blame other factors for the economic mess.
Okay.
Honey,
yeah,
it's interesting and quite funny for anyone from the NDC to even talk about violence when it comes to primaries. When they had their primaries, well, you can't blame them because one, propaganda is their mainstay, and two, they think Ghanaians have a short memory. So anything that happens, they think can be washed away and we move on. When they had their primaries, 8 people were arrested around the country for different offenses. Which police officer goes arresting someone who was just having a conversation with someone? When they had their youth and women's conference, they beat each other so bad. 16 of them are being wanted by the police. I hope they've presented them to the police. Dr. Dufour, when they were going round the presumptive candidates brigade, and Dr. Dufour complained about inaccuracies in voter ID. What did they do to them? Are those things? So when they are talking about some of these
what
things,
did they do to them?
He pulled out finally, even put an injunction on here saying, have you heard anything?
Did they beat anyone?
So if you come and sit here
did they beat anyone?
And talk about
did they beat
why did police arrest people?
Police arrested people for misbehavior, but that doesn't mean they beat someone.
What is misbehavior?
Is it for beating someone?
Well, we are being told nothing happened. I think if you leave me the way you left her to speak.
My time is up.
Any document, your time is up. Yeah. Your time can be up.
You are using your time
a document.
To respond to this.
She made reference copiously to a document, even for articles on websites and in newspapers. The first thing you see is the author and the person who published it. You made her make copious references to a document. She couldn't tell us the author, she couldn't tell us the publisher, she couldn't tell us the source of the document. And you allowed it on a platform like GMG. So that is it. But when we say that, you say I'm trying to discredit you.
So wait,
let's go to
hold on.
So the NDC, you see, I just hope that in doing all this, they are channeling some of the energy into collation of results. Okay. They are channeling some of the energy into, because at the end of 2024, we don't want to hear burning of ties and castigating of judges and EC because they lost.
Okay.
In view of all the challenges that we are having, the NPP is still focused.
Okay.
The Anglo-Gold Ashanti mine that they closed down in 2014 was reopened today. It's employing some over 10,000 workers.
Right.
That is what we are talking about. Right. Ambulances that are too forcing, who today says he's leading a demonstration against the Bank of Ghana. Ambulances that he bought caused financial loss. So over 307 of them are running across constituencies today.
Who said he caused financial loss to the states?
It's in court. He has
yes,
to
so how did you conclude that he caused financial loss to the
Come
states?
again. I said it's alleged that he caused...
You didn't say it's alleged. You earlier said he caused financial loss without saying that it's
well, he's in court today.
Okay.
If he's used to using coups to take people out, he's used to coups in taking people out because he became a leader by virtue of some form of a coup, as minority in parliament. as Parliament that is supposed to be the custodians of our law and watch the back of citizens. If there's an issue, going to sit on the street, it's not, but they are within their rights. If they've decided that all the explanations that the Bank of Ghana has given, they won't understand, it's up to them. But this goes to tell you that the alternative that we have, and let's also have on record that the PNC that was mentioned, they released a statement that they are not part of the demo. They are within their rights. If they think something is wrong and they want to do it, but there are processes of doing this in the country, and the minority knows better than some of us.
So, okay, so Ambassador Sampiali sent this. There's the authors of the Japadia document is awake publications. Well, we will
Where can they be located? They should have an address.
They should have a phone Thank you for the information. We'll follow up on that. All right, you're still watching Good Morning Ghana. Let's go and come back.
Propaganda doesn't build the nation.
For the trends.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcates. Happy smile.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and cover the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealeth unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. I'm up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zogo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dine. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafu Buachi Hospital Junction. Takradi. Efiekuma. Number 9 Market.
So and tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness, so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the healer.
You're welcome back. Let me just remind you of this memorial lecture in honor of Alhaji Bimbo and Hajia Fati. Alhaji Bimbo and Hajia Fati. The theme is Good Name Can't Be Bought with Money. Monday, 2nd October 2023, 2 p.m. Venue, National Mosque, Kanda. The speakers are Ken Okweku, who is the president of GFA, Alhaji Majesty, CEO of Majesty Forex Bureau, and Ambassador Salamu Amadu, and also Hajia Jiza Baba Issa. So is a guest speaker Ken Edward Simmons, Okweku, GFA president, and others. And then the rest are those I also mentioned. He is a guest speaker. May the souls of the Alhaji Bimbo and Hajia Fati and all departed souls be forgiven by Allah. To Allah be the glory. Harry, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, and it's now time for trends. So let's take a look at some of the comments under the Good Morning Ghana as it was live on Facebook. Now, this one says that top-notch communication by Marvin Smith. Okay, so I'm guessing he enjoyed the conversation. And the truth is just one. Alan just rehashed all what the NDC has been complaining about. Nobody in the NDC is defending him. It's just that the lamentations seems similar. This one is from Me Boy Jefferson. This one says, nobody is supporting Alan. He has no sympathy whatsoever from NDC. It's just a topic that needs to be discussed, and that's what is being done. From Ahmed Esiedu. Okay. I think he was replying to Kofi Kabute. This one says, Annie, stop playing the ostrich. You know everything about the Japadier doctrine. Edward Dugbaja says so. And so that is a few of the comments from Good Morning Ghana. But Honorable E.T. Mensah passed away. I mean, yesterday, First Lady Kufuor's wife, Theresa Kufuor, died, and today is E.T. Mensah.
E.T. Mensah actually died last night.
Last night. So sad. So 77-year-old Enoch Mensah, popularly known as E.T. Mensah, Council of States member and former MP for Ningo Prampram, passed away on October 1st, 2023 in South Africa. Yesterday was the former First Lady of Ghana, Theresa Kufuor, and today is E.T. Mensah. May their soul rest in peace. There is more of that, but finally, Kennedy Agyapong is trending because he's been making some statements as he goes round.
Good Morning Ghana is brought to you by MTN.